Hey everybody, welcome to a new video. So today we're looking at the two new Vulcan augments that come in the minigame. These are of course Explosive Band and Shredder. So Shredder, you get 40% decrease in reload speed, so you can start shooting a lot faster. Your projectile speed is 50% faster and your damage is 10% increased. So it's basically 10% increased damage, and the only downside is that you can't turn your turrets. So Shredder at face value, it's kind of like a corrosive mix for Freeze and Firebird. It gives you increased damage, but honestly, not being able to turn a turret may be a big deal. I'll have to see when I get in game. An Explosive Band, which honestly is probably the better one, it basically lets you do splash damage. So if you're hitting someone who's next to a teammate, you'll be able to deal damage to them as well. So let's hop into a battle with Shredder first and take a look at this thing. And then I am using Defender because using Crisis for these augments is kind of overkill. So we're going to take a look at them and see how good they are at face value without the damage increase. Now with Shredder, it's one of those things where, or it's definitely going to be a hovering hole scenario. Dude, this is so goofy. My turret stays in one position. It's so weird. Okay, I could be wrong. This thing is weird. It is not shooting anywhere close to what I thought it would. Do I have to hold right click while I'm doing this? This is so weird. It's so hard to control. 10% increased damage I don't think is worth the hassle of this augment. Okay, get my double armor. 10%, man. 10% is not that much damage if you think about Vulcan. I mean, you're already doing so much damage with Vulcan. Dude, I can't even aim. It's already impossible to aim right now. Maybe hovering hole is not the play with this augment. I gotta switch my hole here because it's very hard to actually shoot people. What the heck? Okay, it's Viking time because that hovering hole sucks with this augment. I don't know what that was. I can't turn my turret like that, so I have to use the actual hole to turn. I just don't think it's worth the hassle because although the turret's not allowed to move, it's still kind of buggy. It doesn't work how I think it's supposed to be working. And yeah, 10% damage isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. I don't think it's really that much of a deal breaker to make me want to use this augment. I would much rather use the Explosive Band one because at least with that I can kill multiple people. Yeah, it's just so buggy. Look at this. Look at this. So I start shooting and I'm supposed to have my turret not move. My turret shouldn't be moving. I think it's a bug with mouse control. Let me try without mouse control. This is weird. My turret shouldn't be moving, but it's moving. Maybe it just moves in my camera angle? I'm honestly confused. Even with like my just normal not using mouse controls, it's really hard to aim. I do not think this is worth the hassle whatsoever. I'm definitely switching this augment. All right, now onto Explosive Band, which I think is going to be far better than Shredder. I just don't think Shredder is really all worth the hassle. It definitely is far more annoying to control than it's worth. So yeah, I'm definitely not going to be using that in the future if I ever get it. To be fair, I doubt many people are getting the augment to begin with because it's so hard to get anywhere in the minigame. Dude, the splash damage radius is actually pretty high with this augment. Okay, throw my grenade. Oh, that was perfect. Hey, got him. This guy's hard to hit though. Oh. Definitely a much bigger fan of this augment than I am with Shredder. Oh my gosh, man. Why is everyone using their overdrive on me? And it balances shots as well. That is crazy. Explosive Band has the same effect as Rubberized Band, where you can bounce your shots, and it has splash damage. This is a far better augment than Shredder. That 10% increased damage on Shredder is definitely not worth the hassle of using it, because that is very annoying to use. I will not lie. All right, splash damage here. Boom. Honestly, Vulcan is just broken as all get out. That splash damage is nice, especially if you're being very attack-sided, or if you just want to attack the enemies more so. Getting that splash damage is helpful a lot. Oh, also for the YouTuber battle, this may have passed by the time you see it, but my very first game is against Mr. Bobka. And if you guys don't know who that is, he's not only a Russian YouTuber, but he's also on the best esports team in Tanki Online. I think they've basically won some of the best tournaments in the game. And oh my god, it's gonna be hard. I don't know, maybe it's gonna be different because I have bonk. I'm just hoping I don't do absolutely terrible in it, because that would be pretty embarrassing if the round one I just get absolutely owned. I remember when rubberized rounds was first added in the game, and I thought it was the best Vulcan augment ever. Now we have this augment, which is rubberized rounds on top of splash damage. Yes please. This thing is awesome. To be fair, right now, a lot of people have Vulcan protection. I mean, I guess only one person in this game, but typically I'm using Vulcan protection because Vulcan's so darn good. To be fair, like I said with Shredder, I doubt many people are going to get this augment, so it's probably not going to be that overused. The problem is sometimes when Tanki will add a broken augment, the most annoying part is if it's super easily obtainable, so every single person in Tanki is using it, which makes the entire matchmaking balance just very annoying to play. But with this thing, yeah, it's really, really good. But hopefully with it being super hard to obtain, it won't be like very annoying because hopefully not too many people will be using it. Another reason I enjoy using Vulcan is because it allows me to use Defender, which I don't use that often. Typically, I'm just using Crisis because Crisis is so OP. So it's definitely nice to switch back and use Defender, switch up my playstyle a little bit, and kill this dude. No double armor, unfortunate for him. This isn't the best battle for using a splash damage augment, but I've actually used the rubberized rounds effect from it more than I've used the splash damage so far. And if I had a damage increase, maybe if I was using booster, I'd probably have 5+ more kills than I have right now. So I'm doing really good for just using Defender. Another thing I like about this augment is it hasn't been the be-all thing that's gotten me all the kills so far. It's just, you know, Vulcan is really good right now. So although I don't think this augment is perfectly balanced where it is right now, I don't think it's overly broken like a lot of augments sometimes are in Tanki. And then Shredder is just abysmal. I don't think anyone's gonna be using that. It's just not fun to use. Maybe I suck at controlling it and that's the problem, but from the way I was looking at it or the way I was using it, it is not fun to use. Okay, repair it up. Boom, kill him. All right, I'm running, honestly. Screw it. Come on, splash damage. Dude, everyone has spawn protection, so my splash damage can't be used to full effect. Oh my gosh. So if I had to put like a rating to it, Shredder would probably be a 4 to 5 out of 10. The 10% damage increase is good if you can learn to control Shredder, but it's not worth the hassle for 10% extra damage. I'd rather use an augment like this, which is explosive. I believe it's called Explosive Band. I always forget the names of these augments. There's so many augments in the game, I forget the names. I'd probably put this augment at an 8 out of 10. It's not gonna put you over the board in terms of being broken, but it's definitely a good augment. So yeah, this one is an 8 out of 10. Explosive Band, 8 out of 10. And Shredder's a 4 or 5 out of 10. So definitely let me know what you guys think about these augments. Hopefully some of you guys can get these augments. Honestly though, considering how expensive and how hard it is to actually get to the final tier of the minigame, I doubt I'm going to see almost any of these augments ever. Maybe I'll see this one more, but yeah, it's really hard to get. Don't forget to use creator tag Taspens. I'll see you guys in a future video. Peace out, everyone.